auto body frame repair. This is called a portable puller, or some people call it a body jack. This is used to push uh you know on the car, like if you have frame damage, structural damage. This is used to push, and you got a piece that you can use to pull frame damage on a car. For example, this car was hit in the front, the frame was bent, the frame is still bent. So I'm gonna teach you how to use this to repair this. So this frame was knocked in. I did a little bit of pushing and pulling already, but the job is not complete. So what I'm gonna do right now, as you can see, these two bolts, they're sitting properly at the top. The reinforcement bar, as you can see, is not lined up properly. So what I'm gonna do, look at the top. You see, I use this tie strap here to hold it in position because it's not lining up. So you see that? It's not lining up. So what I need to do is, as you can see, this right here, this back piece need to come out a little bit so the holes can line up so I can catch the bolt. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook that up, and then I'm gonna put it right in between here, like from there, that post back here, and I'm gonna push this. I'm gonna push this out until these line up. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get this thing here ready. So this is like the base. See that? So that's the base. This is a connector. You see that? That connect this base to the pump, and this pump is a 10-ton pump. You see that? This is called like a hydraulic pump. Like a jack, like a jack that jack the car up. But most jacks are like 5 or 10 ton that pick the car up. But this jack right here, this is a 10 ton hydraulic jack. So when you pump this shaft right here is filled with hydraulic fluid. This hose connect to this ram. It's like a ram, So when you pump this is a gauge. This read the amount of pressure that you put on the pump that you apply to the ram. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna connect the pump to the ram, and then we're gonna get started pushing so we can push the frame back so we can catch the bolt. So let's go. Okay guys, so now we got the hydraulic pump, 10-ton pump connected to the ram. So you see how short this ram is? And you see how wide that space is there? Because we gotta go from here all the way over to there. We're gonna use that as a, as a background to hold it, and then we're gonna push this, push that out. So that's a wide space, and this is very short. So how am I gonna get across that wide space? There's extension pieces. All of those are extension pieces. This piece is the spread. This one spread open. It spread open, and it open half a ton. It can push half a ton. But this one push 10 tons. This one only push open half a ton for small spaces. So let's get back that right there. All right, so extension. This, you got an extension there, and you got another extension here, right? So these are too long. I mean, like, so how do we get them to be shorter? This, that's a two, that's double, that's two. And then you got a short extension right here. You see that? Those are for short spaces. How do you connect the different pieces? If you want to make it long, you see that? Connect that like that. See that? So now you can go all the way across. And these pieces, they're for different stuff. Like if you want to push like something straight, like, like this, then you use this piece to pinpoint like a target area. What if you don't want to use this straight edge? You want to use something more flat. You put it back. You can either use this. This is another piece. See that? And also, this is another piece. And you also got this L thing that you push on, but they bear different weight. This one only bear 4 ton. If you go over 4 ton, you can break this. But those, and also you got this rubber piece right here. This one push 1 ton. You see that? If you push over 1 ton with this piece, you're gonna break it. So if you want to push something without damaging the metal, you use this rubber piece right there. You also got this piece. This is 4 ton. So, you got different pieces. Okay? So now we're gonna go across here, and we're gonna push, and we're gonna get the job done. So stay tuned and watch how we get this job done. Okay? Okay, so here we go. So this is the pump, the hydraulic pump, 10 ton. Okay, that's the line, that's the gauge. There goes the line. As I told you guys, I was gonna run it all the way across, so I did. So I have it all the way across from this leg over here, because this is a solid leg. But what I did, I put a piece of wood all the way down so it don't, you know, put too much pressure just on the leg. So what I did, I put the wood, right, because this is the chassis leg right here, and this right here, that's the cradle. Okay, so over there I just want to push just the leg, just the chassis leg, not the cradle, because I already have the cradle bolted at the bottom. The two front cradle bolts right here, see that cradle bolt run up there, that's the chassis leg. I already got both cradle bolts mounted, and over here you have the other cradle bolt all in there. This is the cradle sticking out right there, that's the cradle. And so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna push this over so I can get this bolted on, and I also can get the rebar bolted on. And so after that, then I can do my measurement, like my X measurement, my dimensional measurement. I got a tram gauge, a tram bar that I use to do point to point measurement before I put the hood on and all that stuff. So I'm gonna start pushing. I already got the body jack all the way across. So not everything, guys, you need a frame machine. I mean, you do need a frame machine, but with this machine right here, if you use your head and you take your time, you can get it done. So I'm gonna start pumping this. See that? When I pump this, it sends hydraulic fluid all the way through this chamber, right? You got hydraulic fluid in the gauge as well. See the hydraulic fluid right there, and the hydraulic fluid also go through this line, hydraulic fluid, and then you go to the ram, and then it fill the ram up with hydraulic fluid, and then it push this piece out, and it have 10-ton worth of pushing power, and you know, and then you push, and then you have another piece too, like a hook piece that you can pull stuff in together if you want to pull in. So now I'm gonna send hydraulic fluid through this thing. You see it's moving there? You see that? You see that? See it's moving? And this right here is the holes for the bolt. So when I put pressure through the hydraulic fluid, this is supposed to push out until the bolt fully line up. So let me put this on the floor. If this can go on the floor, let me put it on the floor so I can have more balance with this thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you this thing. I'm gonna show you this coming over to match with the bolt hole. So here we go. Alright, keep watching, it's coming. See that? You see how close it is? But you gotta always check. Always check in here and make sure you're not damaging anything in here, because you got the radiator here, you got the fan shroud, See, I'm shaking it. So that means from it shaking like this, there ain't no pressure on it, because if pressure was on it, it would be wedged in with pressure. But because it's shaking like this now, as you can see, there's no pressure on it. So all the pressure is on this leg and the cradle down there, right? See that? Even over here when I push, as you can see, it's not moving here because over there is solid, stable. The only place that should be moving is over here, because this is not stable, this is not bolted, this is like loose. It's like loose. So you see, I'm pretty close. I can see the hole all the way. I can catch it right now, but I don't want to catch it right now. I want to line it up, you know, a little bit better, because you see how big this is. They made that big, they made this hole big for adjustment, so you can have adjustment. And this hole in the back, that's the bolt hole. You see that? That's the bolt. That's a bolt welded to the panel. Sorry, not a bolt, I mean a nut. It's a nut welded to the panel. So what you do, you get the bolt, right? So you want to center this a little bit more. You see, every pump I pump, you see it move. Right? And it's not supposed to be any struggle to get this bolt in. It's supposed to go in freely. Okay. See the other one? And then you catch all of them, because the bottom one was already catch. You see that? Even though these are not the bolts for it, I'm going to take these bolts back out and put the original bolts. The bottom one was already catch. The reason why the bottom one was already catch is because it had a tilt. See, it's like this, but it was tilt in like this. So I could have catch the bottom, but I couldn't catch the top. So I had to push it so it straightened up like this. So once it's straightened up like this, I can catch the top bolts easily. See that? Okay guys, and that's all you use a 10-ton. And also, you see that the amount of pressure that I use to move that, to move that leg, only that's almost a ton of pressure. I mean, see the pressure gauge? See that? Almost a ton of pressure just to move that chassis leg over to catch the chassis bolts. But I'm not finished yet. I gotta do a lot of work to get this done. But I'm just giving you an example of how to use the portable puller. Some people call it the body jack. Okay guys, Thanks for watching. Please like and comment. Just leave me a comment about what you think, and I'll answer you back and respond, and we can talk and stuff, and bounce ideas off of each other. Cause it take one to teach one. No man is like an island. He don't stand out there by himself. No man stand alone. We all need each other. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Bye.